Make kindness your superpower, let it shine today. Small hearts, big love, lighting up the way. Clap, clap, welcome in, wave, wave, join the fun. 9 little acts make the world run on love. Bumble says welcome with a honey sweet grin. Come sit by me, friend. Everyone's in. Nibby writes a thank you short and bright. Great job, Miss Flossie, you make things right. Tippy sees a need and hops to help fast. We've got this together, no need to ask. Make kindness your superpower, let it shine today. Smart hearts, big love, lighting up the way. Clap, clap, welcome in, wave, wave, join the fun. 9 little acts make the world run on love. Pippo shares a tip with a happy tune. A dot of glue, a pinch, and it sticks real soon. Fernie finds a friend standing all alone. Come play with us, this is your home. Lolly whispers softly, shh, time to rest. A quiet space for peace, gentleness is best. Make kindness your superpower, let it shine today. Small hearts, big love, lighting up the way. Clap, clap, welcome in, wave, wave, join the fun. 9 little acts make the world run on love.
Mossy asks for ideas.
Let's hear every voice.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, guys. I'm going to introduce to you both Jeanette Garza and Angela Martinez here with the Magic Kids. Thank you, girls, for being here. And ladies, we're glad you're here. They're going to share some exciting news with you guys tonight. And to make sure you guys are definitely well aware of what's going on, there's some exciting things that they have to share with you regarding all of our tutors, specifically our AI literacy tutors. So take it away, girls.
Go ahead, Angela. Go ahead, Angela. You can go ahead and start.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here. Jeanette and I are the presenters tonight for Magic Kids. Magic Kids is an amazing platform because we are teaching our children how to use AI. And that is so incredibly important right now. I'm sure everywhere you look, you can see AI nowadays. And so we are teaching the fundamentals of AI literacy to kids. And so I'm going to start off with our literacy curriculum. We have AI Foundations Tutor, which is start here, sorry, my notes. So there are 5 literacy tutors that we are teaching to our children as part of this program. And so the AI Foundations Tutor, that is the whole foundation for how AI works. And we teach them how to learn and create answers based on the AI Foundations Tutor. We also have the AI Creator Tutor, which helps students use AI to create stories, ideas, projects, amazing things while staying in control of their creations. That is the important part, is they're in full control and they own their books, their stories, their images, everything that they create in the platform. We have the AI Prompt Engineering Tutor, which teaches kids how to talk to AI so they can get better answers and help solve problems. We all know that that is the key to AI, is making sure that we create the right prompts to get AI to do what we want it to do. So we teach them through this platform how to do that. The AI Detective Tutor, which trains students to become AI detectives. Isn't that the coolest way to I love that, AI detectives. My daughter, she's like, oh, I get to be a detective. She was so excited. She's 8 years old, 2nd grade, and this is like when we started working with Magic Kids, she was so excited. And I'll share some of the stuff that we've done together in the platform in a little while. But in the AI Guardian Tutor, train students to become AI guardians who use AI safely. That's so important because, you know, on the internet, people can get to kids through their phone, through their tablets, and all of that. And what's wonderful about the Magic Kids platform is it's a closed platform. That means once these children are on the platform, they can't go anywhere else. And so we have guardrails that are up that are protecting them and making sure that they have that they're safe. And as a parent, that's probably the most important thing is our children's safety. Artificial intelligence literacy is increasingly recognized as a critical workforce skill. You know, we all went to college, or, you know, we were taught going to school and getting a degree, and all of those things were the way to go. And now technology is changing all of that, and AI is a huge, huge component to that change. So the World Economic Forum, U.S. Department of Education, and workforce development agencies have identified AI literacy as essential for future job readiness. Guys, we got to get these kids educated and get them to understand how to use AI. And that is what the Magic Kids platform is all about. As you can see on my background here, we have 15 AI tutors that are also part of the platform. So we have the AI literacy tutors, which are the foundation. And those are the main things to help children understand the way that AI works. But now we could take it a step further, and we have 15 AI tutors that are specific to certain areas of learning. So we got the STEM and tech adventure, so math tutors, science tutors, coding tutors, AI and future skills tutors. We've got, let me see, creative and arts express. So we got the art tutors, music tutors, writing tutors, a fictional friend, brain boosters and logic, which is critical thinking, public speaking. We have world explorers and discovery, which is geography and history, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute, the history tutor. And then we got reading and communication, and then life skills and wellness, so entrepreneurship and mindfulness. So I'm going to take you through, I'm going to start off here with the history tutor. So I'm going to show you this first. Let's see. Okay, can everybody see that? Yes? Yes, okay. All right, so my daughter, as I said before, she is in 2nd grade and she's 8 years old. And so we did, and I'm sure if you haven't done this yet and you've got a little one, you'll be doing it soon. It's called a bottle buddy. So believe it or not, this right here is actually made out of a Coke bottle. And so the character that she picked was Helen Keller. So I don't know if you guys can zoom, I'll zoom in here a little bit, but you can see we got to put her name here with the Braille, and so Helen Keller was the one that my daughter was just really excited about because she was big on education, and my daughter loves to learn. And so so we decided on Helen Keller. But I said to her, I said, well, this is great. You know, we've learned a lot, but I wanted to find some ways to help her learn some more. So that's what I did. I put into the platform about Helen Keller. So I will show you what I did. All right. So let's see. So I said, I am a 2nd grader and I just made a school project on Helen Keller. Can you please give me more information about Helen Keller and what activities can I do to learn more about her?
Can't see
So
your screen.
I love how this starts. It says, hello, young time traveler. I'm your travel guide to the past, and I'll help you explore Helen Keller in a fun and simple way.
Hey, Angela, we can't see your screen right now. All we see is Helen Keller.
Oh, I'm sorry. Um, let's see. Okay, let me try this again. I'm sorry about that. Okay, are you able to see it now? You see it now? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yes,
Sorry
yes.
about that. Okay. Um, so here we are. It says I'm a second grader and I just made a school project on Helen Keller. Can you please give me more information about Helen Keller and what activities can I do to learn more about her? So I love this part because this is as you do this with your child, and again, when you first start into this tutor, it'll ask you what is your age and what, let me start up here. So it'll ask you, says, hi, I'm the Magic Kids history tutor and I help you explore history as exciting stories step by step at your level. So that's why it wants to know what grade I'm in and how old I am. So that's kind of where you would put your child's information, or they can put it in depending on the age that they are. So says, hello, young time traveler. I'm your travel guide to the past, and I'll help you explore Helen Keller in a fun, simple way. So this was great because a lot of this information that is here, we'd already gone over in her presentation as we were doing the Bottle Buddy. So she actually knew a lot of this information already. Um, but I wanted to do something that was a little bit more fun because I wanted her to interact and to use this to help her learn a little bit more. So, and this was actually really important because the way that she learned actually how to write was on her hand. They'd create letters on her hand. And so Anne was the lady that actually taught Helen Keller about how to do that. So she was this was a very famous moment in Helen Keller's life when she learned the word water because Anne spelled it out on her hand. So one of the things that it said, which is a fun, safe activity, was actually experiencing what this might be. So it says, for the materials, a small bowl of water, a cup, and a friend or family member. Have a friend spell water into your palm with their fingers while you feel the water being poured. So you can actually experience what Helen Keller might have felt like in that moment when she learned for the first time how to spell the word water. This was really cool. It says make a tactile alphabet card set like Braille letters. So you use index cards, glue, pasta shapes, or small beads and marker. And so you can actually make words using the little pasta. And that's very similar to what Braille is, so it's teaching kids about that, it's raised and they can use their hands to help navigate to learn what those words might be. Also, blindfold communication game. So imagine what it's like if you can't see, and Helen Keller couldn't see or hear, which is incredible what she accomplished in her life. I mean, she got a degree, and a lot of the people that are deaf or blind they can really, what's the word I'm looking for? They can, I'm trying to think of the word. um, they can use their success basically because of what Helen Keller brought to the education world for people that were blind and deaf. So, let's see. So again, you could do an activity with your child where you can blindfold them so they can actually feel what it's like to not be able to see. You can do a mini poster. My daughter loves to draw. She loves to color. She loves all of that. So creating a mini poster would be right up her alley. But what's really cool about this is it not only is it giving you activities to do, but then it also starts to deal with the emotional part of that, right? So what do you think Helen Keller felt like when she learned her first word? What was it like to communicate only by touch? How did she feel, or how did she keep trying even when things were hard? These are things that you can start talking to your child about, to talk about feelings, to talk about emotions, talk about how they might deal with things when they're hard. This will open up opportunities for you to communicate with your child in maybe a way you haven't before. So, having these opportunities is really important. And that's what I think, this platform gives you. It gives you an opportunity to connect. And my daughter and I did that. And I'm going to show you guys in a little bit what we did. But, it really, really gives you an opportunity to communicate, to talk, to understand where they're at in their education. And I mean, my daughter, she blows my mind every day, the stuff that she says. Um, okay, so yeah, so this is just kind of an overview of what uh, this would be like for a second grader on the platform studying Helen Keller. Let's see. Now, I also did one on the history of music. I come from a music background. My mother is an incredible, incredible pianist. I mean, you could put anything in front of her, music wise, and she could play it. Like, it's incredible. So I was like, let me find out something about the history of music. Now, I want to tell you something that I thought was really interesting about this. As I went in and I asked that question, I said, I am 8 years old. Can you tell me the history of music? It says, hello, musical explorer. I'm your Magic Kids history tutor, your friendly travel guide to the past who turns history into lively stories and fun activities. Let's take a time travel trip to discover the history of music. So, prehistoric sounds, ancient music, Egypt, Mesopotamia, China, India, Africa, Americas, medieval and Renaissance, Baroque, classical, romantic, 20th century to today. So this was actually what really blew my mind, because I took this in college to study the history of music, basically. And we discussed all of these topics right here. So when you have a second grader that can sit here and start learning about these topics at this age, because I kid you not, I'm looking at all of those and I remember sitting in my college class going over every single one of those. So, but anyways, this one was really fun. So we talk about prehistoric music, the very first sounds, which, is a lot of, hand clapping, stomping your feet, because there wasn't, instruments and all of that quite yet. Then you get into the music where you get instruments and you get them from all of these different parts of the world. And so everything that we have music wise today is influenced from all over. Then we have medieval and Renaissance, which this was very interesting. This is when it says monks sang slow chants in churches, travelers called troubadours sang songs in towns, people played lutes, recorders, and early drums. I'm sure probably every single one of us has played a recorder at some point in our lives. The little, like a little flute looking thing that when your kid starts playing it, it's nonstop. So then, and then you go into the Baroque, the classical, romantic, and so you have composers like Bach and Mozart and Beethoven. Music can be full of feeling, and so you talk about how powerful music is. In fact, I actually taught a class it was an elementary school, and we were talking about how important music is, especially in a movie experience. If you've ever had a movie playing, especially one that's like very cinematic and all of that, when you have the music on, it just brings this intensity and everything. And so what I did was an experiment where we had the music on and it was amazing and everybody was into it. And then we watched the same exact scene and we turned the sound off. And it was a completely different experience. So, you can tell your children, how important music is, especially in life. We have music that represents birthdays, and Christmas, and so you could talk about those things with your child. 20th century today, new sounds and records. So of course, there's all different kinds of genres that are out there, and you can talk about what songs that you and your kids like, and you guys can share that and, reminisce on the stuff that you grew up on, and the stuff that they're listening to today, like Baby Shark. Okay, let's see. So yeah, so this is it, this kind of takes you through, it'll give you a timeline. And then what I really thought was cool is that I wanted to kind of zero in a little bit more, and I wanted to know more about Beethoven. And so this was really cool because not only does it talk about Beethoven, but it talks about how the child, as a child, that he was relating to music. And so you can, even tell your child, hey, look, this kid was, he was doing this when he was your age, and so but yeah, so they start, you get to learn Beethoven's story. I'm not going to go through all of that, but what I thought was pretty cool is you actually get to learn how to conduct. Which is, as a kid, there's nothing more fun than getting be able to get up and move around and do stuff. So this will actually teach a child how to be a conductor. And so it walks you through, and then, you can even do, you can pretend and you can dress what it might be like as if you were Beethoven in a big coat, and you have the baton and you're ready to go. And so it does a warm up for you, and then it'll take you step by step, and you get to go through it, and your child will get to learn exactly how to be a conductor. So it's just, I'm just telling you, this is such a fun platform. Your children will absolutely love it. It is, for me and my daughter, it was an amazing experience. I'm just gonna show real quick because I don't know if we could. Well,
Yeah, don't worry, it's okay.
can I see it here? It keeps. See if I can get it to. All right. Well, me and my daughter, we did a book that's kind of coming through here,
Yeah.
but we did a book on fairies. And so it was a really cool experience because it allowed us to create the story based on her knowledge and her vocabulary and the skills she was learning at school. And so we were able to come up with the storyline, the pictures, and everything. And next time, I promise. Oh, there we go. So there it is right there. It's called Starla and the Secret Dawn. So I will show that next time because I know I've taken quite a bit of time, and Jeanette has a lot to share with you as well. And yeah, I cannot say enough about this platform. It will give you that chance to connect with your children, which is what you want. And it does, it can be your children, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews and everything. And I'm just telling you, you will absolutely love it.
Okay, well, great so much. That was interesting to hear about Helen Keller and then Beethoven. And do you know Beethoven actually, when he created his big music, he was deaf. He could not hear. Isn't that
Yep.
amazing?
Yep.
Yeah, I love those history stories. History is one of my favorites. So what I'm gonna talk to everybody about today is something I've been working all weekend, and I ended up. My husband I watched him do one thing, and then from there I figured I could figure it out and how to do it. So it took me all of probably what Saturday night till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then yesterday, and then a little bit of today. But I'm going to share my screen. Let's see here if I can share my screen, and I'm gonna show you what I did. Okay, so first of all, I right now I am going to talk more about the AI Literacy Tutor Academy and what I put in there. So any parent, any child, elementary school, I'm working on the high school, but any parent, any teacher, any tutor that's in elementary school could go into the AI Literacy Tutor Academy, and I have it right underneath, and it says Magic Kids Literacy Tutors Academy. So you click on that, and it's going to come up. Actually, I did a couple of things. I did a test, a video, and I'll put the first video, and just so you know, the video that I put in there is going to change, and it's going to change based on animals. So animals would talk. So for example, we're going to do the guardian is going to be a lion. You know, lions always are guard. So it's going to be a lion. And so let's look at the first video. Of course, I had it to do all the tests, so I passed the test. And then at the end of the test, you get a certificate. So it's awesome to see the kid get a certificate and be able to print it out and say, hey, you know, even to show, I think Angela Isabella, didn't she show her teacher, hey, I got a
Yep, I was just
certificate
about
on
to tell you, we
that.
printed it out and she showed it to her teacher today. She was so excited.
Yeah, so we want to congratulate her. She was the first student to graduate with Magic Kids. So the first video, I'm just going to show you the first video. And like I said, coming soon, probably by next week, it'll definitely be done. You'll see the animals talking, but right now it's just a picture, but just listen to the first video. I'm going to click on, let's click on the AI Foundations Tutor, since that's one of the first ones, the AI Foundations Tutor. And it tells you a little bit of what the AI Foundations Tutor does.
Hi there. Welcome to Magic
You
Kids
share your
AI.
audio.
Today you are learning with the A. Hi there. Welcome to
Stop
can't
sharing,
hear it?
share your nope.
Okay, so hold on one second.
Well, stop sharing and then do it again.
Let me see. Let me start sharing so you can hear my audio. Okay. Yeah. And share. Okay. Let's go here.
to Magic Kids AI. Today you are learning with the AI Foundations Tutor. Let's start now. You are ready to learn. And you're going to do great. You can save your progress and come back anytime. AI is a powerful tool, but it does not think like a human. It learns by finding patterns in data. That means it studies information and predicts what comes next. But here's something important. AI is only as good as the data it learns from. If the data has mistakes or is missing information, AI can give wrong answers. That is why your role matters. You are not just using AI. You are learning how to understand it and think about it. You can do this. Take your time. Think carefully. Every time you practice here on Magic Kids, you level up your understanding of AI, save your progress, and come back anytime to keep leveling up. We'll see you next time on Magic Kids AI. Hi there.
Oh, so, and then right here, you could go into the test, but right here, I also did resources that you could download, a workbook that kind of helps you and teaches you more. I'll open one up so you could see it. Let me see here if I could open it up.
Just download all. Download all.
Where did it go? know where it went. Is that the workbook? I gotta share my screen again. Let's see. What?
You cannot see it.
No. How do I get it to this other screen?
Just drag it in front of the AI Tutors Foundation Tutors.
Nope, it won't let me.
Stop. Okay. Well,
Let me stop the screen again. Sorry. Let's see. There we go. Just gonna show you. Now you can see it. I'm gonna show you what I did, and this is the workbook, and like I mentioned before, it's gonna be animals speaking instead of just a picture. And we decided, with Isabella's help, we decided to have the AI Foundation to, and we picked a dog. And the reason why we picked a dog is because why? Dogs always like to learn, and once they learn, they are actually really good at what they learn. They're very good at obedience, right? So, so the dog learns and practicing in how AI understands, and that's what the AI Foundation does. So when you begin learning AI, the most important thing to understand is how it learns. AI does not know things the way you do. We're human, so we know we have a brain that's better than AI. It learns by looking at patterns and examples. In this activity, you and your family will practice helping AI explain ideas clearly. So it tells you what to do with your child. So for example, explain how weather works like I was an 8-year-old. And that's if you're going to work on the AI Foundation like Angela just did, that's one of the questions you could ask, and it'll help you with that. So this is the workbook, and then there's also the study guide. So let's go stop the screen again so we could show you the study guide. Okay, let's see. Study guide. Can you see? Can you see it? Oh. Okay. Here we go. Okay, now you can see it. Okay, so this is a study guide that I did, and I have two of these, a workbook and a study guide for each literacy tutor. So this one is a study guide, and it says, before we begin, what does it mean to be an AI literate? Being an AI literate means you can do 5 things. You can understand what AI is, use it in smart ways, ask good questions, make things with it, and stay safe while using it. Strong AI literacy for children is not just about using tools. It includes understanding in how AI works, what is good and where it makes mistakes, and how people should use it responsible. So like I mentioned, we're going to add animals, and they actually going to talk on the video. So dog is going to be the learning, and beaver builds, and ox, how you say that, Angela?
Gelato.
The alado,
Axolotl.
axolotl.
Gelato.
Axolotl. So the
There you go.
axolotl, that was a new word for me. I had no idea what that was, but Angela and Isabella said it's one that's really famous for elementary school kids now. And it creates. And all investigates. It's a good detective. And we have a detective AI and literacy. And then the lion is the guardian. The axolotl is the AI creator tutor, and the beaver is the AI prompt engineering tutor. And in the study guide, this is just for the foundations tutor, but on the study guide, it kind of helps with the child and the parent and how to prompt, what to say. You cannot just say anything. You have to be specific. and what to say, because the better you get, the better you can talk to it and the better answers you'll get. And it'll help understand whatever you're looking for. So then we go back here, and I want to show you the test that I also did. Let's go right here. We're going to get out here. So we listen to the video, and then once you listen to the video, you could go back and you say, retake the, well, mine says retake the test. Yours is just going to say test or exam. So this one, there's five test questions for each literacy tutor. So the first one says, how does AI learn? Does it learn by sleeping? Does it learn by finding patterns in information? Does it learn by eating food? And does it learn by guessing randomly? Well, we all know because of the video, it says by finding patterns in information. And it'll take you to the next one. We're going to do the first 5. AI is always correct. Is it yes or no? True or false? So it's not always correct. So that's false. What does AI use to learn? What does it use? Does it do toys? Does it have books only? Does it have information and data, or nothing at all? It has information and data, and that's how it learns. AI thinks and feels like a human. True or false? False. What is AI good at? Finding patterns, sleeping, playing outside, or eating snacks. Finding patterns is the good how AI is good at. So we submit, and yay, I got 100 on that one, right? So once there's, like I mentioned, there's 5 AI literacy tutors. Once they finish all 5 of them, and each one has 5 questions. Once you finish all of them, then you can request your certificate. You write your name. And if you want to preview, you can, but request your certificate. Download it. And there it is. There's the certificate. It says, Certificate of Completion. This certifies that Jeanette Garza Magic Kids has successfully completed all requirements for the basic AI literacy certification. Magic Kids Literacy Tutors Academy, 1st to 5th grade, awarded today. So it has my name on the bottom because I'm the director. I got to put Angela in there. So like I said, I finished this at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, so I got to put Angela in there. But it'll have my name and Angela's name, and then it'll have whoever finished their certificate's name. So it's great for kids to be encouraged to understand, and I think also for parents to understand what is AI really about. It helped me learn some stuff that I was kind of like, but it was going through and learning more about it and reading through it. That's why I decided I think it'll be easier for parents to concentrate. This is something that states are actually looking at. Hawaii already has it #1 on the AI literacy, and I think it'll help parents even talk to their teachers and tutors. What Angela did today is something that you could go through on any app, like the math, the history, and ask. You could even download if they have a homework. You could download the homework and ask questions on it, and it could help you on the homework. So even if the child needs a tutor, the tutor could get information from here to help the child learn whatever the child is doing. Coming up, it is more videos. I already got the videos done. Working on the study guides and workbook for all the other work with tutors, but I wanted to get the first 5 down. So everybody, if they have any questions, the resources are there. The video, the exam, the test for the kids, and then getting the certificate. I think that's a great information for everybody. If anybody has questions, Angela and I are here. So that's all I had to say for today. I don't know if Ed is still on the call or James, if you guys have anything else to say, but anybody has any questions, we're here to answer any questions you have.
Yep.
Well, I don't see no questions, so I guess we tune in. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think James is here, but I'm not sure if he can come up if he wanted to say something. I'm trying to promote him to panelist. Okay, maybe he can't talk right now. Okay.
Have any questions in the chat here? Thank you,
Also,
Steven. Yeah, we think
something else I wanted to talk about is that Angela and I are going to be going through 10 minutes, between 7 and 10 minutes of video to talk about each tutor. We're going to record it, and we're probably going to put it on YouTube and put it here on the more advanced for the high schoolers, for teachers, for tutors, for parents that have older kids too that want to learn, especially homeschoolers like to read like a little curriculum that would help them understand each one of them and how to help the child. So we'll be doing that also. So, and nobody has questions?
Yep, I don't see any questions, but
Okay,
Steven, he
well-
gave us a thumbs up. So thank you, Steven.
Great. Well, anytime you have any questions, just let us know. I'm always available, and I know Angela will be too. So we're here to help. And if nobody has any questions, we'll be back on Monday with more great stuff added to the Magic Kids. They are our future. So whenever you do want to have, want your children to know more about AI, not let the world teach them, but you yourself go in and learn and help them. That way, they get in the right track. So I think somebody had their hand up. Somebody?
Yeah, I saw a hand go up.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell me who.
You.
Oh, I did? Oh, I did that.
Oh, you
I
did
that to
it?
myself.
Okay.
I was trying to stop the video. Okay, well, everybody have a good night, and you have anything else to close?